that night, when it got dark, there was a back veranda on the gas company building, and we were sitting out there, and we could hear this dog barking, and then howling, and then after a little while, nothing. And we later found out that a bloke in Charles Street had tied his kangaroo dogs, his coursing dogs, onto the front veranda to keep them out of the water. But the water kept coming and coming and coming. Eventually they drowned on the front veranda. The next day, the water had settled, and a few blokes got down and swam out. I went for a walk down to, when you walk towards High Street Railway Station, the water got shallower. And I went down there, and it didn't matter which street you looked down, it was just one sea of water. And it was almost level with the top of the levee banks all round. Eventually, I decided it was time to go home. I'd torn the arse out of my pants while I was working, and when I eventually got up to the post office, I forget the name of the store, but there was a menswear and haberdashery store on the opposite side. And I went in there and I begged a pair of shorts off a shopkeeper bloke. And then I went up to into High Street, and that's where, as previously was been told, the planes were going over, and they had a great big red cross laid out on the corner of Bulwer Street, and right in front of what was a big bank in those days. And these planes had come around, and you could almost reach up and touch them. They were that close. You could see the blokes inside, and they'd come along, and then you'd see them kick these big boxes out, and out had come the things. And a couple of these big boxes fell on tops of people's motor cars. So while that aeroplane was going on its round a circle, all the people in the street bumped the motor cars up onto the footpath to protect them. Anyhow, eventually everybody got out of the road, and they got very good at dropping them. I watched them for quite a long time. Then I thought, blow this, I'll have to go home. So I wandered down Church Street, and I saw all these people in the back of the Church of England church. At the back of the Church of England church, there's a big sewerage pump with a big concrete flat area, and there were boats going across. The big rush of water was all finished, and it all flattened out, and it was quite calm. And after a long time, I got a ride across from there to Regent Street and went home. When I got home, there's no water, no sewerage, so my brother and I and my father, we dug a hole under our house. Our house was quite high off the ground in Gilly Street. We dug a hole about 4 feet deep and about a metre and a half wide, and the seepage water coming down filled that up, and that's what we used to put in the sewer. Being up above the flood level, if you had the water to flush it, it went. It took quite a long time. We went around to Peter's service station, where a food area was set up, and got a handout now and then. My mum didn't like it, but we had to have something to eat, so that's about where my experiences finished on that day.